Yes, we're just pulled down.
60 to 7. All right, I'd like to call the Plan Commission meeting for Monday, September 11th, 2023 at 6 p.m. to order. Roll call, please.
Cronin,
Here.
Kinsnalt,
Present.
Jason.
Yep.
Current.
Here.
Hoffman is excused. I have not heard from Jordan.
I have not either.
Lumber,
Okay, public comments. Is there anybody online or in the audience that wishes to make a comment? Second time, anybody online or in the audience that wishes to make a comment? And third time, anybody online or in the audience that wishes to make a comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to minutes from previous meetings. Agenda item number 3, minutes from August 14th, 2023 meeting. Motion by Deason, second by Gurnt. On the question. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So carried. Communications, disclosures, and recusals. Members of the body should make any required disclosures or recusals during this time. Do we have any? Okay. Item number 4, written communications received.
We haven't received any.
Okay. Public hearings. Zoning map and text amendments, conditional uses and related requests. Item number 5, project number 2023-0224. Dan Higginbotham, Plover River Land Company, on behalf of property owner Johanna Hoffman, requesting a rezone from SFS, single family residential small lot zoning district to B2 highway business zoning district on the south 0.44 acre area of 1409 Post Avenue, Weston. Section of property being rezoned is currently located in the backyard of 1409 Post Avenue. Pin number 192-2808-183-0020. The applicant is looking to add the 0.44 acre area from 1409 Post Avenue to the adjacent property at 5604 Business Highway 51. I will open the public hearing and presentation by applicants and or staff.
So if Michael can go to page 32, that's probably the easiest way to kind of see what's going on there. Basically, like the hearing notice said, they're going to be adding that small piece of land to the adjacent property. So they're two sisters, their properties butt up against each other, and Joanna is selling it to her sister. So in order to do that, they need to rezone that 0.44 acre piece. You know, Dan's here, he's the surveyor on this. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say.
No, I mean, the sister, Irene Kapowski, has an offer to purchase. Someone wants to purchase the property from the south house. She still lives there. She's going to move to another apartment or another facility, and when the person interested in purchasing wants to purchase this area, and the crosshatched area is the area to be rezoned. As we added to Irene's parcel, Joanna's going to sell to Irene, and then Irene's going to sell the parcel to a third party. It wraps around to the north side of Taco John's. Taco John's is the place, is the blank property just to the northeast of this L-shaped parcel. I don't believe they're selling to Taco John's, not that I know that for sure, but it's just going, that's gives you a visual of where the property is located.
Okay.
Is it a separate landlocked parcel now?
No, it is not.
It's attached to
Right now, it's
1409.
Yeah, it's all.
Got it. So you're just splitting that off of 1409, adding to the bottom.
Yeah.
And 1409 will stay single family then?
Yes.
excuse me. I just wanted to point out, I just now remembered, so not that it necessarily matters, but I did take a call today from the resident along Volkman Street, the large L-shaped parcel there. He was wondering what was going on, if it was gonna be a commercial property buying that, and I told them that as far as I knew, it was just one lady selling a little piece of land to the other lady, and that they had to rezone it to do that. I was not aware that there was a sale going on, so.
Yeah, there's Irene put her house up for sale, and when she did, the other purchasing party asked for this adjacent land. We could have just done the adjacent, if it was all zoned properly, all you would have seen is the CSM, but because you can't have the two properties with unequal zonings, we have to try and attempt to get the zoning changed before the CSM could be approved.
Just out of curiosity, what's that lot that's labeled 0? What is that? Is that? It's an outlet or?
Is that the property that's the, nursery or something there?
Yeah, I think that's where the nursery's at. In fact, both. But they have access to both. It looks like there's a 30-foot strip, there's like an easement there or something, so. Yeah, well,
But it's a flag lot.
Okay.
The 0 and the 5411 are the same owner, so.
Oh. Right, does anybody have anything else for Jen or Dan? All right, moving on, public comment period. Is there anybody online or in the audience that wishes to make a comment on this? Second time, anybody online or in the audience that wishes to make a comment? Third time, any comments on this public hearing? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. Recommendations from staff.
Staff recommends approval.
If you could please let the record show that Joe Jordan entered at 6:07 p.m. Valerie? You guys got anything else, or should we go through the form?
Go for it, buddy.
All right. Is the proposed rezoning consistent with the comprehensive plan as is required by Wisconsin statutes?
Yes.
Yes. Does the rezoning further the purpose and intent of this chapter?
Yes.
Yes. Does rezoning address any of the following that are not properly addressed on the current official zoning map? A mistake was made in mapping on the official zoning map, that is, an area is or has developed in a manner and purpose different from that for which it is mapped. If this reason is cited, it must be demonstrated that the discussed inconsistency between actual land use and designated zoning is not intended, as the village may intend to stop undesirable land use item from being perpetuated. Factors have changed, such as the availability of new data, the presence of new roads or other infrastructure, additional development, annexation, or other zoning changes making the subject property more appropriate for a different zoning district. Growth patterns or rates have changed, thereby creating the need for a rezone. I think 2 or 3 maybe. All right. Does the proposed zoning district maintain the desired consistency of land uses, land use intensities, and land use impacts as related to the environs of the subject property?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve this as presented.
Motion by Decent, second by Grant. On the question. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So carried. Thank you, Dan.
Have a good night.
You too. Thanks. New business, item number 6, special exception sign permit number 27325 and permit number 27323, request by the village and town of Weston, Safer and Everest Metro to allow for more than one sign per wall in the INT institutional zoning district at property addressed as 5301, 5303 Mesker Street, 192-2808-164-0990.
Yeah, so pretty straightforward. The safety building's getting a facade upgrade on the outside along with new signage, which is attached here. And like the code says, the INT zoning district allows one sign per business per wall. And technically the way they're proposing it, it's 2 signs per business per wall, which is, as you can see there, there's an actual verbiage sign part of it and then the logo part. So it's 2 separate signs. And then there's a Town of Weston sign and the Town of Weston Court sign on the far left there. Kind of hard to see in the rendering, but it's down below as well.
So the signs needing the special exception are basically the Everest Metro and the Safer signs. Because the way the sign code how you do it is you draw a box around it for those letters. And it would be too big if we drew the box around the letters and the logo, so it needs an exception.
One of the comments, I think it's in the public interest. Obviously signage for safety.
Yeah, there will be no, they're getting rid of the sign out front, so there will be no monument signs. These are just gonna be the signs for the property.
Truthfully, the signage at that building right now, if you drove by there at night and didn't see the doors open and all the trucks, you wouldn't even know it's a safety building, so.
Yeah, so staff is recommending approval.
The EMPD and the safer will be lit up. Well, those will be lit. I don't think the other letters are.
Motion to approve as presented.
Motion by Deason, second by Mumper on the question. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? So carried. Item number 7, discussion and action on proposed changes to section 94.4.06 parent 3 personal storage facility.
So I was asked to bring some language about outside storage at the personal storage facilities after last month, where you approved 2 mini warehouse projects. So I did do some research in your packet. I included what I found in the surrounding areas codes. They're all pretty similar. And so I have just some language that I am proposing to start talking about. This is going to have to go to public hearing. So if anyone has any suggestions or want to think about it for the next meeting, we've got a whole bunch of ordinance changes that are coming there too. Things to think about would be on how you want to screen this. I would suggest it being an accessory use so that you don't end up with just a parking lot that becomes someone's storage yard. Just because these are allowed by conditional use in our B3 zoning district, which is more commercial than industrial. So those were some of the changes that I am proposing. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on it or was able to look at this.
Yeah, I like the idea of adding and changing and talking about it. Would this be a good time to add to that same thing? So you don't have to have a separate public hearing to allow planes, trains and automobiles in those buildings? So right now we prohibit those, right? Not allowed to store a helicopter or a car or anything in your,
Well, I
it says
thought-
household goods.
I thought I did that for 4. So facilities shall be limited to indoor storage for individual personal items and similar durable goods, or for businesses to store material for operation of a business establishment at another location. So I thought that.
So are we saying it's not okay to store, like if you've got like a car that is summer only, that we can't store those around?
I don't know that that's a household good.
I'm just
Most guys
asking.
don't park a transmission in their bathtub.
That's why I changed it to individual personal items. I don't know how expensive we want to get into this. I mean, nobody had, I mean, we could remove it too. If you look at the other ordinances.
Do they allow people to park vehicles in there? If they have?
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be able to?
Well,
have
I just
car
wasn't,
camper?
it sounded like you were
He's
thinking that you
thinking,
didn't want to have people parking
he's
vehicles in
thinking
there.
the household goods doesn't include that. So that's why I removed household and put
Okay.
individual
I-
personal items.
I misunderstood what you were saying, Jen.
Yeah, no, I just wanna make sure that it's, if we're going to, I just don't wanna do this twice, right? So if we have people that wanna put a boat or a camper or a car or a motorcycle or a helicopter, we should do this one time so you can allow that.
Mark?
Are we talking inside or outside?
Both.
This one's inside and then 6 would be outside. So It may include outdoor storage of recreational equipment, including rec vehicles, camping trailers, ice shanties, and recreational equipment stored in or on trailers. Any such outdoor storage shall be an accessory use and require conditional use approval. All outdoor storage areas shall be completely enclosed by any permitted combination of buildings, structures, walls, and solid fencing.
But so like if you're heading out towards Wittenberg, the one on the right now.
Oh, on, in Ringle there,
yeah.
along the
So
highway.
it's open air storage, you know, it has housing or garage doors, and then also has open air. Just like by Wassa Homes. That's a huge amount of open air there too, and then I think Minell has some open air also. So that's gonna be allowed, right?
Yes, but it has to be shaped or covered by buildings on the
Anything new
road facing.
would need to be either enclosed by any permitted combination of buildings, structures, walls, and solid fencing.
So I wanna go park my RV in somebody that's allowing, let's say 100 RVs to be fenced in. And I have a key card to get in there anytime I want to get my RV out. I still have to have it roofed to some degree.
No.
Not,
No.
okay,
Have to have an accessory, or have to have.
You'd have to have-
principal structure.
Accessory, so it can't be the principal use of the property.
You
Can't
could
just
put
put your
individual
fence.
storage units around all 4 sides of the property and then have.
Or on 2
And put
sides and
these in the
fence on the
middle.
other 2 or whichever.
Yeah,
I got it.
so
It just-
that way there has to be something else there. It can't be just a parking lot with outside.
It's like they're doing, well, except for Wassa Homes, that's just a solid parking lot of campers.
Well, they do still have a
Mhm.
repair garage there too, right?
Who,
Yeah, they.
Camping World? Oh, I didn't know I didn't know they fixed it all.
Repair.
I don't- I don't hear that.
The old Wassa Homes repair for some
Oh,
reason.
okay,
I
alright.
think I think they were doing that for some of their,
Mhm.
one of their camper repairs.
Okay.
Believe.
They're doing a lot of, I think, like, storage for people at that facility too,
Yeah.
in the winter, a ton.
So if somebody's got a antique car, that's perfectly fine to put that inside in a stall or.
Mhm.
Yeah, they would rent it.
Facility.
I think that would fall under individual personal item.
Right, that's how I.
Right now it says household goods, how the code is currently
Right, but
written,
she-
right?
In her red line, she took that out. You see that on item?
Yeah, no, I do see it. I think we should physically call it out. It's okay to put a vehicle. What if you have a, I don't know, one of those kit airplanes you wanna park the thing in
I
there?
think you might wanna be careful with that a little bit, just for the simple reason that if you store vehicles in there, you have to have a source of ventilation. So you could.
You don't want somebody to turn it into, because this is the problem we're having in some places,
Yeah.
is that it becomes somebody's shop.
Yeah.
And then they don't have the proper ventilation to do paint booths and things like that. We're finding that in some facilities.
Yes.
I think this leaves it open so that if you
Yeah.
have someone that wants to put it in there, no one's gonna say anything, but.
I think you just gotta be careful for liability, but you're not enticing people to put their vehicles in there, but it can be, you're allowing what they call, nobody's gonna say anything, right? But I don't know that I'd be advertising that you're.
So you're talking a difference between a fifth wheel and a bus? Right, cause a bus with the engine, the fuel, all the different things, so like mega storage out there in Kronowetter. There's a lot of buses in those big ones.
Yeah, and they,
So-
and they may, I don't know, Roman, how you guys would look at that.
As far as the indoor storage of the automobiles goes,
Yeah, you probably, a lot of inspectors are probably closing a blind eye to it because it is just storage.
it's storage,
If somebody's gonna start repairing in there, well, now,
then we got a problem. I mean, I've got 4 illegal occupancies that I'm dealing with in commercial buildings right now, where people have
they don't have the makeup.
modified stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, it's from an inspection standpoint, we only have so much, there's so many resources.
Mhm.
So if we're gonna start policing what they're storing inside of storage units, we're gonna need a lot more people. Which, so, I mean, to leave it broad, probably the easiest thing to do. But you can send everything to the state for all those change of uses.
It's typically at the state, it's just all about verbiage with the state.
Okay. Do we need any approval on this, or are we just looking for feedback?
Just feedback, because I would be bringing it forward with some ordinance changes that we've talked about.
Individual personal items. But I mean. That would consider. My personal life.
That's what I thought.
I think it's leaving it open-ended.
Yeah, it's leaving it to be interpreted. Yeah. It wants to be named at any time. See if somebody dies.
Anybody have anything more? All right. Staff reports, items 8 and 9. August 2023, staff approved certified survey maps and site plans. And August 2023, 2023 building permits.
Those to our acknowledgements, yes.
Yeah, motion to acknowledge, 8 and 9.
Second.
Motion by Decent, second by Pincinot. On the question. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Miscellaneous, miscellaneous, item number 10, project updates.
So you have my report in there. The only thing I want to add is that I did get a call last week. The buyer property, which is adjacent to the Tappy subdivision off of Ross Avenue, there's a 40-acre with like 3 houses carved out there, 3 lots. It comes off of Muskie and Moose Drive. Has been purchased, and they are looking to do a single-family subdivision. So you guys will be seeing your first annexation in the next coming months.
Inside that circle, inside the round?
So
So as you
there,
come around
Is that
SS?
across from Maplewood Park?
no,
No, it's inside the circle, not on the outside, right?
yeah, so it's an extension, so there'll
Yeah,
be another way out of Montpelier,
Okay.
or
Oh,
out of
good. Oh.
the subdivision there onto Ross.
I think Jeff was in there.
Not the one in the quarry yet.
Yeah, so
It's 48.
it's been purchased and they've, basically it'll be a direct annexation, so process, so it'll be a little bit smoother. But you could see that as early, as next month, maybe.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, so there'll be kind of a weird little strip that's left there because those 3 houses are still in the town.
How are things going with the storage units by Kuznos? I haven't even looked.
Mine's your rental.
I issued, or Bill Jeff, for the early start on the foundations.
Is there any work going on over there yet, or no?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, there's some
Work mostly.
There's some clearing and some
He
stuff.
just got state approvals last week,
Okay.
so, permission to start, so I think he's still waiting on state approved plans. But 3 slabs are going in this fall, 3 of the 8.
Okay.
Is that all his, you had something you had to have done by November, was it 3 slabs and fence?
3 slabs and fence.
That's
Like I
On
said,
track to have
2
that?
slabs and fence, sure.
the key entry, right?
No, so he's, the retention pond is done on the west side. So now he's got that complete, the fence will install on the west and north. And then slabs will go in the next couple months. I talked to Jeff last week, I think, it was really last.
Or is there any sort of ribbon cutting for Fuzzy's Taco Shop?
Not that I've heard of yet.
Okay.
It's supposed to be the week of the 25th.
That looks really good.
Oh, who's gonna be the first guy in?
Well, come on now. I like tacos, okay?
We'll let you know. Maybe stuff.
Yeah.
Street tacos, they're street tacos.
We got an invite last week.
Oh, we did?
got
We
it.
did?
Yes,
Okay.
the rep came in to the office last
They didn't
week
give it to us yet.
and we have. So we'll
Who's
we'll make
supporting
sure
it?
everybody's included in the.
I think Roman's more excited about tacos than I am.
In the truck, there's a coupon for.
Just the truck. Yeah. Good drive up.
Anyway.
Sharing.
No, the coupon, there's a bunch of.
I'll let you know. 'Cause I'll find out more tomorrow.
More to follow.
Is there gonna be any access from the taco shop to that little strip mall to the east? by
No,
chance? No? Okay.
no,
Mhm.
No planned changes to.
they didn't change the actual parking lot,
Mhm.
they just fixed the parking.
Okay.
Yeah, which,
Okay.
if you drove by there, it's actually did repairs in the parking lot.
Yeah, they did a sidewalk in there. I know, it's just when you drive in there, you just drive right into that cement round, which is silly. It should have never been there. I don't know who made it, put it there, so. Should be able to take that out.
All right, anything further on project updates? All right, moving on. Item number 11, announcements and commissioner remarks and staff referrals. Jim? Gary? Nope, I've got nothing. Anything further from staff? All right, next regular meeting date, Monday, October 9th, 2023 at 6 p.m. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Please.
Motion by Deason, second by Gurnt on the question. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. We are adjourned, 6:26 p.m.
Oh, it's definitely a record.
We had a 10-minute meeting.
There's not really nothing under the agenda.
All right, call the special Board of Trustees meeting to order. I'll stand for pledge of allegiance.
This is why I showed up just like.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Roll call, my clerk.
Maloney,
Here.
Zagami.
Here.
Cronin,
Here.
Ermeling. Hardinger.
Here.
Pincinel,
Present.
Wyland.
You're all here. We're gonna all be here next week. Public comments, anything on public comments? Anybody online, other than Jamie? Anything for public comments, and number 3, anything for public comments, hearing none. Move to closed session for Wisconsin stat 19.85 parent 1 parent E. Deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business, whatever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session to with. We have sales strategy for 5500 Schofield Avenue, purchase and development proposal for 5500 Schofield Avenue, consideration of property purchase in TID 2 as a TID expense. And also moving into closed session per Wisconsin stat 19.85 parent 1, parent C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility to wit. Consideration of employee is and S is to serve interim administrator duties and their compensation. By Ermeling, second by Cronin. Roll call vote.
Maloney,
Yes.
Zagami.
Yes.
Cronin,
Yes.
Ermeling. Yes. Hardinger.
Yes.
Pincinel.
Yes.
Wyland.
We are now in full session. We have double duty by Jessica